I'm sitting down. All right.
Coach kind of talked about you guys coming out with the lack of urgency in that third quarter. As you guys continue on this road trip, how do you kind of fix those elements?
With the lack of urgency?
In the third quarter, yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah, it's weird because it's like, it's quite broad. If we're going to be detailed about it, it's more just locking into like the first part of their offense. You know, if you're not lazy with like the first part of it, then you would be back one step, and then when you're back one step and then it just accumulates, now you're back 3 steps. In a play, they'll get a 3, especially this team, they'll get a 3 somehow. So it's kind of just being more focused on the first part of the action.
Steven, what were your thoughts on the final stretch of overtime and why you guys were able to get the stops you were able to get?
Yeah, I mean, it was just I think we just made some pretty good reads. For help, we made some shots as well. Yeah, that's the way the game went. I thought our assistant coaches did a really good job at scouting them. You know, they called out a lot of their plays before we even, you know, which helped out tremendously, especially the last play, which helped out a lot. So, yeah. Kudos to them, bro.
Can you talk about your play against Netherlands and the fall? It seemed like you almost had a serious injury or so. Can you talk about that fall that you had?
No, I just hit the ground and still played, and elbow's still there, so can't complain.
Steven, that urgency you talk about in that first part of the offense, it seemed like it was there in the first quarter. It seemed like you guys had a good flow. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but why did it leave? Why did that urgency in that first part of the offense leave when it came to the third quarter, as opposed to the first?
No idea. Personally, I can't speak on the rest of the boys, but personally, I think, like, for myself, try to anticipate their plays too much. Does that make sense? Like getting ahead of what's actually going on instead of just being in the moment and fixing there. You're really trying to anticipate, like, oh, they were doing this a lot first half, so I'll try and kind of, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Trying to like pitch this part.
Are you talking about offense when you're on offense?
No.
I was talking about y'all's offense, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
I thought the
question then, I'll tell you about offense.
I thought the offensive flow in the first. I thought the offensive flow in the first half. I mean, not the first half. The first quarter was really good, and y'all were getting into your actions quick. And then, you know, when you got to the third quarter, it seemed like it was a little bit stagnant.
Yeah, I guess it just came down. Yeah, I mean, it's not sure what it is exactly. Can't put, but everything you probably think of is probably all of that. Does that make sense? It's not like one particular thing. But again, bro, just coming out in the third quarter, you just, turns out we got to just like execute with a high pace. We do really well when we play at a very high pace. But you know, if we don't, then defense for them is really easy. Like, especially with the type of caliber players that we have. If we get into our offense slowly, it's really easy just to kind of defend it and take them out. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Russ went 0 for 8 in the second half, then 3 for 3 in overtime. What do you make of his ability to just kind of wipe the slate clean and keep attacking?
Ability to do that?
Just to you know, turn it on once you guys need it.
Well, I guess, yeah, you could say he turns it on. So I think it's just shooting. If it goes in, it goes in. And fortunately for him, every time we'll win it. So,
Your bench has played well the past couple of games, and Raymond mentioned trust among you guys. Talk a little bit about the bench and how you guys.
How we trust them? Well, they're just amazing. Like, it's mainly him. He's a really good leader. He really leads those group of guys and really positive with them.
Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond. And it's just, it's really kudos to him. Because you got all these young guys like T-Ferg coming in and stuff like that. And he's really fortunate to have someone like Raymond. You know, you don't find players like that who really actually cares about their teammates and doing well, even if they like mess up and whatnot. He really tries to fix them. So yeah, it's mainly all credit to that fellow, to be honest. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Steven, last week against the Kings, you guys kind of had a similar situation to the end of the game where the Kings scored on a putback basket. Happened tonight again against Dallas. Is that something you guys kind of think you need to work on with just putback defense, or is it just kind of the nature of the beast when teams are scrambling around at the end?
Well, yeah, if you kind of like critique it, it'll be just coming down to like box outs and whatnot, being in the moment. But it really comes down to those weird developing plays. I'm talking about Sacramento. Like the Sacramento one, the dude took a shot from.
Yeah.
Like, and there was like 7 seconds left. Like in terms of like anticipation when you're playing, you never see that. You just say, well, what's going on? So like, everyone would have been out of place. Yada yada. There's all those that factor into it. But as a coach, you'll just say, like, you got to just stay in the moment, like try and locate players and like box them out and whatnot. So in terms of working on it, yes, but you will have your anomaly plays that you can't really coach. You know.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.